somehow we're in Witch Queen, and people still don't realize that Vorpal weapon is not something you want on heavy weapons anymore. That may definitely surprise some people to hear, but Vorpal is only a 10% bonus on heavy weapons now. It's a 20% bonus on primary weapons and a 15% bonus on special weapons. So there's a ton of perks that would be much better to have on there. However, one perk that a lot of people will quickly say is significantly better than Vorpal is Explosive Light, and that's nowhere near as viable now as it used to be. Granted, on rocket launchers, it's only a 20% damage buff. On grenade launchers, it's a 70%. You still don't really want to run that on your rocket anyway, even if you have the enhanced version, simply because most people aren't running Charge with Light anymore. Your orbs are mostly going to come from other people's supers, and that's not always reliable, especially in endgame content. Most people don't run offensive supers anymore. So, here's a quick little guide to some perks that you'd probably want to run on your weapons. I've seen a lot of people talk about the Palmyra B, saying that it's one of the best rocket launchers ever, and it's not bad. It's okay. Enhanced Ensemble is not bad on it. Auto-loading is okay. Ambitious is pretty neat. You can get Enhanced Frenzy, Enhanced Lasting, Enhanced Chill Clip, and Enhanced Explosive Light. But the problem is, again, you don't really want Explosive Light. Adrenaline Junkie gives it a 30% damage buff, Lasting Impression gives it a 20% damage buff, and Frenzy gives it a 15% damage buff. Explosive Light only gives it a 20% buff, and you still have to pick up an Orb of Light to do that. You don't have to pick up an orb for this one, you don't have to pick up an orb for this one, and you don't have to pick up an orb for this one. So, it does come down to personal preference, but also I'd highly recommend just not running Explosive Light on it. I don't know, it's just not very good. I'm not the biggest fan of this rocket because most of its stats are kind of garbage. Still, just figured I'd throw out a little warning about this just because it's not that good just based on recent changes that not a lot of people are super aware of. Now, one I can absolutely recommend, on the other hand, is the Red Herring, which can roll with Volatile Launch. It can roll with Impact Case, and well, I guess you can craft it with these. Enhanced Field Prep, and Enhanced Golden Tricorn. Golden Tricorn is great because it's really easy to proc in most damage phases, especially in a lot of the newer activities. You're most likely going to get a kill on an ad while you're just shooting at the boss in general, so you might as well run it. And if you get it stacked 2 times, it's a 50% damage bonus, so that's kind of nuts. Lasting Impression is also still really good. Adrenaline Junkie's not even that bad if you can get it fully procced. Same with Frenzy. For special weapons, this is definitely going to be one of the best options you can find. It's got Firing Line, and that's a 20% damage buff, so that's significantly better than running something like Vorpal on your special weapon. So if you can get one that can roll Firing Line, I would definitely go with that. There's one other sniper that can roll it, and that is the recently reintroduced Long Walk that you can get from the Prophecy Dungeon. This thing can roll with Firing Line, and it can roll with Snapshot, Outlaw, all that stuff, so it's really good. I'd highly recommend it. Other perk that I figured I don't know many rocket launchers that can roll it that are actually good, but Kill Clip is also not bad on rocket launchers anymore. They did fix it. However, that basically is just going to be a worse version of Golden Tricorn, so you might as well just run that instead. Yeah, that's it. There.